I'm Noah, 53, and I've been married to Nora, 52, for 8 years. But this marriage, it feels like it's been unraveling since the start. When I moved in with her 10 years ago, she made it clear she had male friends she'd hang out with or without me. I hated it, but I agreed. That very first night, she went to bed without me. Strange, right? But I bit my tongue. A few times, she even had guys over while I was in the next room, lying in bed trying to ignore the muffled voices. Then, 2 weeks in, I started a new job working the midnight shift. One night, I forgot my phone at home, and a female friend called. When I got back, Jeanne confronted me like I'd committed some heinous crime. I asked her why her male friends could drop by whenever, but I couldn't even speak to a woman 2 hours away. That was the end of her male hangouts. Things between us got worse after that. Our intimacy slowed to a crawl, and her adventurous side in the bedroom completely disappeared. By the time we got married 2 years later, I already had doubts, but went along with it because I didn't want to hurt her. We moved into a new house, and I buried my unease. Fast forward to March 2024. Jeanne said she had a doctor's appointment in town, but she was gone all day, ignoring my calls and texts. Something felt off. A few days later, she forgot her phone at home and called me from work, asking me to bring it to her. I glanced at her messages. That's when I saw him. A name I didn't recognize. I opened the thread and froze. She'd sent boudoir photos, supposedly meant for me, to this guy. Flirty texts. Want to meet up? She'd asked him. My chest caved in. He hadn't even replied, just hearted the pictures, and it was enough to shatter me. I confronted her when I dropped off the phone. She burst into tears, swearing it was a mistake, that he was just a friend. I didn't stay to hear her excuses. I went home, packed my stuff, and left for my mom's. She bombarded me with texts, crying and begging for forgiveness, claiming I was overreacting. When she came home to find my wedding band on the table and my things gone, she spiraled, calling me nonstop. I broke down the next day. I called her. I was weak, stupid. I said we could try to work things out. She was ecstatic, begged me to come home. I made her promise we'd go slow, rebuild trust. But the second I walked through that door, we fell into bed like nothing had happened. And just like that, everything snapped back to the way it was before. Sex life dull, arguments constant, and her only response to my pain, why can't you just let it go? Months passed, and the weight of it all became unbearable. Depression clawed at me every day. The final straw came when I told her about a coworker whose girlfriend was caught sending topless pictures to another guy. Jean's reaction? She called the girl a stupid bitch. I couldn't hold back. That's exactly what you did, I shot back. Her reply? At least my boobs were covered. That was it. That was her justification. Now, I'm drowning. The betrayal haunts me, and every time I try to talk about it, she turns on the tears until I'm the one comforting her. I've started seeing a counselor, taking medication, but nothing feels like enough. Every day, I regret coming back. I feel trapped in this cycle of pain,